Let's see.
Two people I need.
I got it. Let me go on this side.
The first thing you notice about Joan Embery and her four-legged friends is how out of place they look in New York City. Here's a sight you don't see too often. A cheetah, an aardvark, and a host of other creatures rolling through the lobby of a four-star hotel. How they got here is an adventure in itself.
Okay, you guys ready?
The animals live at Joan's ranch back in Lakeside.
Trundle goes to Central Park. I wonder if the digging's good there, huh?
Trundle is an aardvark. He's never been to New York City, but his friend Serengeti has.
Hello, good girl. You up for a big trip today?
Starting to heat up.
The big trip starts with a ride on a private jet, Joan's Flying Ark.
The planning for this cross-country trip is meticulous. Each animal has special food, medications, a checklist of supplies. A veterinarian has already examined the animals and given each of them a clean bill of health before they can embark on Joan's television tour.
It takes him a little bit. Then he decides to go up.
Trundle has been practicing on his Stairmaster at home. The animals are loaded, and Joan's Ark takes off. After 6 hours, we're in the Big Apple.
Hi. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
Joan's jungle has arrived.
We're set. Ready to roll.
Talk about a bellman's nightmare. Carting all this luggage, these animals and supplies up 37 floors. The $2,000 a night suite takes on a life of its own. Right about now, those critters are getting pretty hungry.
Okay, what we have here is frozen meat, and we keep it frozen, and then we thaw it as we need it.
Hamburger for the cheetah, mice for the hornbill. As for the aardvark, well, we'll just call that soup.
Look at that nose. They're just like people. You know, they have their little schedules and programs, but they settle right in. It is an incredible amount of work. It takes a lot of dedication. Good night, everybody.
Up bright and early the next day, Joan heads to the roof where there's a jogging track and pool.
What kind of animal is that?
Fennec fox.
Hotel guests are full of questions.
And they're nocturnal, so they come up at night and they dig in for grubs and termites and ants and things like that.
You could use them.
Yes.
Bring them to a New York apartment.
There you go.
On the rooftop, Serengeti gets her first view of Central Park and the concrete jungle.
She looks down there, and that's unfamiliar, that height.
No portion of the hotel is off limits when Joan is in the building, and that's just fine with manager Stephen Pipes, though he admits he had some concerns the first time Joan showed up.
Everybody's wondering in the hotel, you know, is this going to be a good idea or not?
Right.
But I mean, it became evident so quickly that in fact they're cleaner than regular guests. I think the most fun is when, as you saw when Serengeti was here in the lobby, is the reaction of people just watching them. And I mean, I've never had anybody say anything negative.
We have our lighthearted moments. We love the personalities of the animals. We enjoy watching their responses, traveling with them. But the bottom line is it is a serious message. Time is running out. Many of them are in serious trouble.
Serious because some of these animals are endangered or threatened.
As long as we can be successful, as long as we can get that message out, I'll go as long as I can.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning at the Parker Meridian Hotel in New York City. Joan Embery and her husband are rolling through the lobby of the four-star hotel with a train of exotic animals in tow. They're headed to CBS for a live appearance on The Early Show.
It's your big debut, Trundle, your first network television show.
Trundle the aardvark, a cheetah named Serengeti, and Yoda the fennec fox. Just a few of the animals that Joan brought with her from San Diego.
So I'm hoping that we can just walk the cheetah up and set her up here.
At the studio, Joan runs through a dress rehearsal with the animals. Everyone has a job to do. I'll take care of Yoda.
We have a snake as our prop.
When you work with animals, anything can happen.
And if it flies, it's not really a flying bird.
The big show is about to begin. Joan takes her place backstage.
You're anticipating what's going to happen. What if something doesn't work the way you want it to work? What are you going to do? You know, what's your second plan of action?
3, 2, 1, roll 10.
This is The Early Show on CBS.
Joan Embery is here from the San Diego Zoo to tell us.
So far, so good.
Tomorrow,
Serengeti is playing perfectly to the cameras.
He's zoned in on something outside.
He's watching prey on the streets of New York. All of the people walking around out there look a little bit like a herd of Thompson gazelle, maybe.
Better them than me. Now,
To
this little
Africa.
fella is very anxious to get in here. I'm going to switch you places just like that.
This is African earth pig, and we're going to try and feed it, so watch your feet. Look at the eyes, long eyelashes that are actually adaptive feathers.
It's so fun to see all this. Joan, thank you.
Thank
you always
you.
bring such interesting creatures.
All
Good to
right.
see you.
Thank
We'll
you. See him. You
again.
didn't get bitten today.
I'm staying. Oh! We'll be right back.
The segment is finished. 4 animals in 5 minutes.
All the animals behaved today. You have to love it. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle.
Her work is something that's important, and it's neat to be able to help.
Joan's husband, Wayne, has been backing her up for the past 21 years.
I guess you never think of getting this tied into something like this quite to this degree, but you do. You get pulled into it. I think what she does pulls other people into it.
When we get home, as much fun as it is, there's a great sigh of relief when everything has gone well and everybody's safely at home in their cage and we can chalk up another successful run.